right. Hello. We've got we've got a plan here, a plan of attack. The plan is to fund a $15,000 account, um, and withdraw $20,000, and have $5,000 sitting in reserves, not in the account, and then 15,000 in the account. Reserves is just in case I hit a substantial drawdown where I can't use the same margin that I need to be, and that's why I implement the reserves. So technically $20,000 risk. Um, my target is $30,000, so that means um, essentially doubling the account from 15K to 30K. That's the idea. That's the agenda. Um, I think it's doable because we can trade micros, and there's plenty of margin with $15,000 to make money. If you can't make money with 15K, then you can't make money. Because you have plenty of margin. You have micros. Just dip into micros instead of using the full contract size. So that's how to do this. The plan is that I'm gonna have a game schedule. So trading, in the past I was just, oh, let's trade um, today, and like the next day and the next day and the next day, and you really don't have a schedule. Yeah, your schedule is like, I'm going to trade in the morning time or whatever. Even if you have a set schedule like 8 to 10 or something like that, okay, you're trading for that segment of time, but you are always in the game, you know what I mean? When you're trading live money, your um, emotion is on the line and everything that comes with that. Um, and it's just a lot to handle every single day. And I remember times when I blew up my accounts not too long ago. Trust me, not too long ago. Um, I was almost relieved that the money was gone because it was just such a pressure um, trading. And I think that if you just trade live um, a lot less than you practice trading, um, the pressure should go away. Or even if that's the pressure, then you can handle the pressure. Obviously, this whole trading thing industry is really customized to whatever you yourself can handle and what's best for you. But for me, this is what I'm attempting. A 10 to 1 practice to game ratio. Each trading session is a session. Exactly what it is. It's a session. So when you're playing a basketball session, you played basketball for 2 hours and then you'll play in the afternoon, you'll shoot around or something like that. This means like there needs to be a balance and a cadence to the season. There needs to be a cadence. There needs to be practice. There needs to be chill practice. And then there needs to be the game, which is the intense game, and then there needs to be some intense practices to get you game ready. And I think that in this, because I have never made money from trading, really, and kept it, and actually, at this point in my life, there needs to be a heavy practice to game ratio of 10 to 1. So essentially, I did the random number generator between 1 and 11. So this will give me 1 in 10. So like anytime it lands on 11, um, then I can trade. And then all the others, I'm still trading. The whole thing is the same schedule for me. Human being wise, I'm waking up and trading every single day, the exact same day. I'm not actually doing every single day because I have Nathan a few days. Um, but every day that I can, I'll be trading until 10 a.m. It's very repetitive, except that a few of these days will be games, will be live. Just the rest of them, they'll be on the simulator. So I'm just doing simulator and then live, and there's nothing different. There's the same amount of money in the simulator as there is to the live. Obviously, there'll be a disparity um, as I'm trading, but the simulator and the live account are both there. And I think this will help me because I'm not going to be all out on live all the time, and I think it'll help me self discipline by not trading live. Overall, I think it's a good idea. Um, so that's my trading plan. As far as the actual, how long is this going to be? Am I going to be a nominal like until 30,000 is hit versus like when the season's going on, or like 3 months or whatever it is? I think I'll just play it by ear. I think I'm just gonna try to hit nominal at this point and just have, if it takes 3 months, 6 months, whatever. I've honestly never held an account for more than actively trading it. I've probably liquidated the account, lost all the money by a month. Probably haven't made it a month. Yeah. So it's pathetic. It is. I agree. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. It's like a, it's like some freaking fat ass next to the Glazer donuts, and it's just like, yeah, I did. The Glazer donuts are gone. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. It's like some disgusting, sinful fuck. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to, yeah, that's the reputation, and that's the sin from the past. Um, in this next trading experience, this next account, um, how do we make it different? I mean, I am implementing these 10 to 1 practice game ratio. I think that's a huge difference. That's going to be a difference maker. I guarantee it because it slows down so much. I mean, I, I did the random number generator, I did the schedule. I made the schedule until end of January, end of January. And so that's 3 months away, right? And there just so happens to be there's no trading live days in November. And that's how the numbers happened. And then there's two in a row, um, which is very rare for a 1 out of 11 chance. But anyways, but that's how it works. That's how soccer works. Like, and that's how there's a string of games in a row, and then there's chill, and like that's just how you have to do it. And I'll plan for it too. I'll plan for this. I'll plan for these games, and I'm practicing. I'm practicing, practicing, and then I'll plan for the games. And to be honest, I like practice. I like trading without so much on the line. I think we should learn to like practice. We should just learn to like the game and not the money. Just learn to like the game. And eventually, this practice will bleed into live. And maybe you won't need a practice game ratio anymore. Or maybe you need a 1 to 10 or 1 to 5, you know, and you're playing games. It's like a baseball schedule. It's like game after game after game after game, and that's how you're comfortable. You're just a professional because you've already dealt with the practice. You've already done the practice. That's the plan, at least. Um, I think the goal should be. Well, there's a few rules that I have in place which are more technical too. Actually, when I'm trading, this is just about bigger picture time frame here. Um, I think that's it. I mean, how is this one going to be different? I want, so there's always been this um notion or idea that trading is bad and evil. And in my morality, I'm very sensitive to what is wrong versus what is right. I don't like doing what is wrong. I get guilty really quick, and I feel shame right away. Um, so I just don't like sinning. I don't like the feeling. Um, and to this day, I still haven't figured out if trading is a sin or not. I know data analysis is not a sin because God has given me, you know, um, energy and creativity and passion for these things. But this is not trading. I don't use any of this really. I mean, this is what we look in the cave after we're trading. But when we're outside and hunting and actually actively trading, this is not the same. I don't use the same brain. I use um, it needs to be moving. It's a moving target all the time. I have to be running. You know, um, and it's just a different feeling. And I just want to know. I just need God to tell me, just bro, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, instead of having it so unclear and saying that it's not okay or whatever. Oh, you lost money, you shouldn't be doing that. You're gambling. Gambling is for sure a sin. We know that. Um, so I guess we can just move this into, well, are you gambling? Well, probably, I guess. I mean, you'd have to define gambling and everything. But I mean, the stock market is gambling, especially trading. It's a game of chance. There's no question. It's a game of chance, so therefore it should be gambling. So is gambling a sin? Let's look it up. Ooh, games of chance are not in themselves contrary to justice. They become morally unacceptable when they deprive someone of what is necessary to provide for his needs and for those of others. Fuck yeah. That is awesome. How can you Catholics justify playing bingo in church? Okay, here we go. The problem here is this is the problem. They're saying that the average gambler loses money and the process is entertaining, so what the gambler does is paying money to be entertained. Okay, I understand that. But then they say the problem when it becomes sinful is when one pays too much money for the entertainment and they lose thousands of dollars. What this fails to understand is that you're equally gambling when you win. If you win thousands of dollars, now it's not a sin. It could have easily hit red and you lost the $1,000 and now it's a sin. Oh, because you won, it's not a sin. This is wrong. I don't agree. I don't give a shit if it comes from catechism. That's wrong. If there's nothing wrong with spending a few dollars, yeah, yeah, yeah. The thing is, it shouldn't be about the result of your gamble. That should not be the result. The sin comes from the nature and the your um your inner reason for doing it, your inner craving or idea for doing what it is, you know. Um, I think let's say murderers, for example, they should be judged by why they're committing the sin. Just because, okay, two people, two different parallel stories. One person kills this guy with a gun, and one person kills this guy with a gun. Same thing, right? But one person was scared out of his mind and he was drugged, um, and then thrown in this situation or whatever. And so he was not under in any circumstances sober to his life. He didn't even take the drugs. He was drugged, and he was scared, and this guy was threatened, and then he shot him and he killed him. Versus one guy who's premeditated. This guy cheated on the girlfriend with his girl, and now he's all pissed, and now he's gonna fucking kill the guy, and out of bloodshed. You know what I'm saying? These are they killed the guy in the same way. It's the same act. It shouldn't be about the result. Your soul is judged not on the result of your actions, but rather on why you're doing these actions and the whole story. God takes into account the whole story. He's a perfect judge because he sees everything. And that's what I'm talking about. That's why we trust God. That's why we trust and have faith in him, because if anybody's going to be a judge, it's God. It has to be God. I'm not judging. Devil ain't judging. That's what Lucifer wanted to do. Blah, blah, blah. What I'm saying is, back to gambling, is um, the sin comes from why you're doing it. Are you doing gambling because is it coming from a sinful spot? And I think that's what we need to dive into before we trade again is, are we trading for, why are we trading? And in my opinion, I'll tell you right now, I'm trading because I love the game. That's why I've always liked the game. Like poker, I fucking like the game, dude. I don't actually care about the money. Sure, the money is part of it, but I just like the game. I like seeing someone's bullshit through their fucking eyes and calling them out on it by put a big stack of chips right in front of them and saying, "Yeah, you try this." And then they'll be like, or they'll go in and then I was wrong, or they'll fold and I'm like, I knew it. I'll take your money. Thank you. It's not about the money, it's about the game. It's about the game, and I think trading is the same thing, and I like it because there's levels and there is a game to it. Absolutely. There's absolutely a game to it. I've played it multiple times here. So, I'm doing it because of the game. Is the game sinful? Let's discuss it. No, I don't think the game's sinful. I think it's just a game. I don't think that the game should take priority over other things. I think that's important, and I think that's why um, having a practice to game ratio of 10 to 1 is going to really help in rolling back the priority of trading in my life. Um, and I don't have to think about, you know, oh, I'm trading while I'm on the job. I'm not getting paid by anybody else when I'm trading. It's what I'm supposed to be doing, and I love that so much. So, all in all, I think you're okay to trade. Um, and you are trying to make money. I'm coming from a place. What is the word to want your reason for doing something? Initiative? Your why am I doing trade? Why am I doing what I'm doing? I don't know the word for that. But why am I trading? Number one, there's money in it. I I like FIFA, and you don't see me playing FIFA because I have Nathan sleeping in the other room right now, and I want him. I have a son, right? I want to protect and provide. That's what I want to do. And that would be fulfilling to me. And how else do I do it? What am I good at? Well, I have the most experience in trading in this business world. FIFA doesn't pay anything. Um, you know, and I don't want to slave around on the work doing the job. I can do that after I've tried what I want to do. I'm happy to pay the piper and work on the railroad all day, all the long lived day, whatever. I'm down to do that. But I need to try things first and then throw me there. I can always get a job. And I think Nathan will always be provided for if I can try things out, and then if worst comes to worst, I'll get a damn job and I'll just do it. And I'm fine with that. And I have to accept that risk. But that's why I'm trading. I'm trading because number one, the money. Number two, why am I trading? Because I like the game. I There's money in it and I like to do it. I mean, how else do you choose a career? This is how you choose a career. The thing is here, I can't get too sucked into things. I get sucked into trading. I can't get too sucked into it that where it takes priority over other things. And that's why we're gonna limit the shit out of my trading. Limit it. And limit risk and limit everything. So it's gonna really slow things down. However, I'm trading every day. I'm trading it all the days I can, except live, it will only affect it, only affect the live account once every 10 trading sessions, but it's on a random schedule. So yeah, um, is so to finish this up, is trading a sin? No, it can be. It can be. Is gambling a sin? No, but it can be. I like that. It's not necessarily so bad. Gambling becomes a sin when it takes over your brain, and it starts. Your whole brain is the color of gambling, and that's when it's a sin. Um, and you got to keep it somewhat small, and you have to understand that gambling is a thing, and it can become something big in your brain, and you can't have that happen. Then it becomes a sin. Then it becomes a problem. Then it becomes something that you are sinning and you need to remove from your life. So, how to keep trading in your life? Stop freaking getting too involved because then it becomes a sin. That's what I think. So, um, ongoing, that's the plan. You've heard it. That's the plan. That's what we're going to do until January and see what happens. Um, I'm pumped. I want to like stream it because I want to have all of this documented. I want to have my trading journey documented, but I don't want to freaking take up all my space in my computer, which I don't have much space left. So I'm just gonna start streaming on YouTube, so YouTube stores the data for me. Eh? That's what I'm trying to do. But overall, man, we're doing another trading. We have 15 grand cash money put in the account, and we're gonna trade it. And we're gonna abide by the rules. I have technical trading rules for my actual techniques, but grand scale, that's what I'm gonna try to do. And I'm really gonna be trying to be friends with God. I think that's been holding me back a lot. It's just the guilt that I might be doing something wrong. I'm like, you can't run when you can't perform when you're like just your ears are back, and you just can't perform like that, bro. You have to be righteous. You have to stand tall, and you have to be like, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing this for Nathan. I'm doing this for my family in the future. I'm doing this to learn these skills. I'm doing this, to spread good things and to give. be generous with the money I do happen to receive or whatever. Um, and I'm gonna be smart with it. I'm not gonna gamble these winnings. I'm gonna be smart, and we can't gamble to get these winnings either. It's not gambling, it's trading. It's a series of very small gambles, I guess. They're all gambles, but I've seen things happen multiple times. So that's why we do it. We bet on the things that we see that's probably gonna happen, that we think is probably gonna happen. And then if it happens, it happens. Oh yeah, 25 minutes.